Hey everyone, and welcome back to the ATD Movie Channel. I'm Tony, and today I'll be reviewing Phantom Thread, starring Daniel Day-Lewis and directed by Paul Thomas Anderson. Let's jump right into it. If the rumors are true, this is going to be Daniel Day-Lewis's final film. It was announced a few months ago that the legendary actor would be retiring following the release of Phantom Thread. So, does Daniel Day-Lewis disappoint? Absolutely not. The veteran actor turns in another stellar performance. And actually, it's not fair to call it a performance at all. The method actor becomes the character of Reynolds Woodcock. The character is a dress designer and artist in every sense of the word. Daniel Day-Lewis presents the character as a volatile man who's unpredictable in everything that he does. Reynolds is obsessed with his work. He's a perfectionist, and he has a routine to his day in his life. Daniel Day-Lewis's method acting keeps us as the audience on our toes. We never really know what the character is about to do. Day-Lewis creates movie magic in this film and is very deserving of his 6th Academy Award nomination. Another aspect of the film I really enjoyed was the production design. And not just because this could be considered a period piece. I mean, sure, it's the 1950s in London and it's breathtaking. But there's little intricacies to the film that I really enjoyed as well. The house in which Reynolds works, the clothes that he creates, the cars of that time period. And there's some that are less obvious, like the plates in the film, the lighting. It's the little things that transport us into another time across the ocean. Production designer Mark Tidsley completely sold me on this time period. Okay, it's about to get ugly from here, folks. I was not only disappointed by the film, I really didn't like it. This was not a good film in my opinion. There are always 3 aspects to a movie that I consider to be a must: story, character, and spectacle. I've already told you how much I love the spectacle or production design. Let me tell you about a few things I really didn't enjoy. The film has little to no story. There's no straightforward narrative. It's about Reynolds and his muse Alma and the relationship they have from one day to the next. And I suppose defenders of the film will say that the relationship is the story, but not to me. Nothing happens in this movie. We go through the motions with Reynolds' hot and cold personality for like 2 hours. And writer-director Paul Thomas Anderson tries this ridiculous twist towards the middle of the movie that left me wanting to walk out of the theater with my displeasure. It was completely out of left field considering what we've learned about the characters up until that point in the movie. It was just nonsense and I couldn't buy it. The second thing I always look for in a good movie are compelling characters. I've raved on and on about Daniel Day-Lewis's performance, but that doesn't mean he played an interesting or compelling character. It just means he was mesmerizing in the film. And to be fair, Daniel Day-Lewis could be juggling in the middle of the desert and be considered mesmerizing. The Reynolds character is so poorly flushed out. There's this super weird scene that's supposed to explain his upbringing and his motivations, but it just felt weak. And I don't want to spoil it here, but wait and see when you watch the film for yourself. And outside of a line of dialogue, we never really learn why Reynolds is the way that he is. Then there's the character of Alma, who Reynolds discovers while on a short trip out of town. The character is just straight up confusing. Is she the weak, simple girl from the countryside? Or is she Reynolds' equal, ready to give him hell? I don't know. After watching the movie, I still don't know. The movie's poor editing and pacing left me asking who the character really was from the beginning to the end of the movie. And don't take this as some clever writing technique meant to stump the audience, because it's not. It's just a poorly written character with no depth, no background to speak of, and no sensible motivations in her life. Nothing. Leslie Manville plays Cyril, Reynolds' sister. And while the actress does a great job and has earned an Oscar nomination for her role in the film, again, we learn nothing about her. There's these weird, uncomfortable hints at some incestual relationship between the brother and sister, but nothing really comes of it. And of all the weirdness in the film, the Cyril character is actually really grounded. Yeah, sure, she's rude and direct and blunt, but she's grounded. And it's too bad we don't get more of this character like we do the other Looney Tunes in the movie. And if you couldn't tell already, I really didn't like this movie, and I simply can't understand the praise that it's receiving. But, again, I'm reminded how subjective movies really are. Much like Reynolds' whimsical dresses, the movie had people who loved it and who hated it. I just so happen to be in the latter group. I'm sad to see this as Daniel Day-Lewis' potentially final film, and I hope that he proves it to be untrue. And I also hope Paul Thomas Anderson will come back with a movie I enjoy, much like his older body of work. So, have you seen Phantom Thread? What's your favorite Daniel Day-Lewis movie? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give me a thumbs up, it helps me out a lot. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel to be notified of content uploaded regularly. You can find other movie reviews on the channel as well. Thanks for watching my review for Phantom Thread. I'll talk to you soon.